Guys, I am making bread today, and the first step was mix my milk and warm water, sugar and yeast, and let it rise. Usually I'm supposed to do this for 5 minutes, but I let it rise for more time. So this is milk, yeast, flour and sugar. So right now I'm going to put the rest of the ingredients, which are seeds. Let me show you the seeds I'll be using today. I'm gonna use flax seeds. I'm gonna put in a bit of chia seeds. I'm gonna put in pumpkin seeds, a little bit of sesame seeds, and sunflower seeds. So I already started putting the flax seeds right here. I'll add the rest of the seeds to my preference, and I will also add what are these, raisins. I'll add raisins to my recipe. So let's go on and do that. So here is what I have: 1 cup full of mixed seeds that I will pour in my mixture, and then I will make the dough off of the camera because I have not gotten a camera holder just yet. I will mix this in, maybe add a little bit of sugar, and then make the dough. This is the progress. I first like to stir in my dough. Can you see the seeds somewhere in there? Because I can see them. I like to stir it like this, before I start kneading with my hands. And just try to incorporate as much flour as is needed. Let me add some more flour. I've not measured the flour this time around. I just seem to know the texture, and the texture I'm going for is a very smooth texture. So I know the texture I'm going for, so I didn't measure the flour. I should have measured for you guys to know how much flour I'm using. But I'll show you an image of my flour once I'm done kneading, so that you can know the texture we're going for. Let me knead this by hand. This is my dough. I have been kneading and kneading and kneading. Can you see the seeds? That's a pumpkin seed right there. So I'm going to divide this into 2 portions and let it rise in different things, like different places, because this is already too much. See, it's full. It has no space to rise. And I feel like going extra and mixing half of the dough with chocolate, so chocolate shavings. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that. I'll divide it and then mix one dough with chocolate shavings and leave the other one without them, because I don't like too much chocolate in my baking things. So at least there'll be 2 options. Yeah, so let's divide the dough, mix up the chocolate shavings, and let this dough rise before we transfer it to the baking tins. Okay, yay. So I oiled this pot where I will store this dough to rise, and I made my dough into a bowl. So I will place it there and cover it and let it rise. And then there's this portion of the dough which I will put the chocolate shavings, make it into a ball. This is already quite oiled, so I don't need to oil it again. Make it into a dough after the chocolate, and then let it rise as well. When we come back, we are dividing all this into smaller portions that can go into the baking tins. Yay, we've made we've made it this far. This is usually my most difficult part because kneading dough is freaking exhausting. Yeah, let's go. This is the chocolate I am using. It's a baking chocolate, and I have cut just enough portions here that I will press into the dough. Yes, I will press them inside the dough as so. Roll this into a ball and let it rise. Let me finish. Let me finish pressing the chocolate in. The chocolate is well folded in, so I will cover this and let it rise. Both doughs have doubled in size. Next step is oiling these pans and transferring the doughs onto the pans and letting them rise in the baking pans some more. Okay, so this into this, and I have many more pans that just got washed, so yes, we'll be oiling all this. Here are all my oiled pans. I'll try to fit in the loaves of bread here, and maybe I'll try to make some buns right here. So let's see how much of the dough I use up. If I don't, I still have extra tins right here to use. The next step is going to be measuring out dough. This is what I'm using, and I'm hoping about 300 grams goes into these small ones. So 300 grams. So I'm going to be measuring 300 grams. See, I lined this so that it doesn't get dirty, so that also I don't. Am I the only one who lines this? So I'm going to be cutting 300 grams. That's the size. So 300 grams of dough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. Two. Three. Oh, let me use, let me measure 500 grams for the big one. For this one, 500 grams. Or 6, I don't know. I guess 5 will do. Yay, 500 grams for the big one. This other one I'll use to make the buns. So for the other one, I'll use the one with chocolate for 2 of this because I already have 3. So what I do is measure 300 grams of this. Oopsie, I think that's too much. Yeah, 300 of this and another 300. Too much. Yeah, another 300. So what I will do, I will first of all spread out this dough. I need something. Let me use this. I will first spread. Oopsie. This is all my dough cut out. I will first spread it out for the different sizes. So what we're doing here, let me oil this a bit so that the flour does not stick. So what I'm doing here is folding it. Let me remove this so that you can see. What I'm doing here is making a ball and then spreading it out. Spread out your dough ball, spread out, spread it out, spread it out. Then from one end, after spreading it out, this is what it looks like when spread out. Fold it in. So fold in, fold it in, fold it in. You see? See, this is what it looks like folded. And what I will do with this is I will put it in the baking tray. I like to put the seam downwards, right? Because I want my bread to be soft. So this is what it looks like inside the baking tin, my oiled baking tin. I will put this away to rise. We live in a quite hot place, so I will be letting these ones rise on the countertop, because I realize when I let them rise in the oven before preheating, when I remove them they collapse. So today we will let them rise on the countertop, and when it's time to bake them, I will get the when it's time to bake them, what will I do? I will get the oiling that so that it doesn't stick out. When it's time to bake them, I will just preheat the oven and go on. This is a smaller piece, so spread it out, fold inwards, fold it in, make sure it's the same size everywhere. And then, whoa, I made it a bit longer. Press it inside, put it aside. Another small one, a little oil so that it doesn't stick. Spread it out, spread it out. The dough is very soft. I actually didn't think my dough would turn out like this, but I am so happy and proud that that's how it turned out. Second loaf of bread, spread it out, put it aside. Another one. This takes such a short time. I find it very easy. So that I don't make the video too long, let me keep doing this. I'll show you the results. You already know the process. A little bit of oil, put your bread down, spread it out. Once you spread it out, fold it in, fold it in, fold it in. Size of the baking tray, place it inside. Wow, we're in the last one. Spread it out, spread it out, spread it, spread it, spread it. I feel like it doesn't have that many seeds though. Next time I'll use more seeds than just 1 cup. Great, so now we're gonna shape this into very tiny buns. I want to make those buns around 100 grams of dough. So allow me to cut out the dough, and then we can make them into tiny balls and put them in the baking tray. I'll show you the results. I am done dividing the dough into different pieces that will make up the different loaves of bread, and also dividing the dough into different pieces that will make up the buns. And yeah, I have a mini bread over there. I can't wait to see how this comes out. Yep, and here is the other big loaf. This one has dough that weighs 500 grams, and all these are 100 grams each. This is 355 grams, and these are 300 grams each. So I can't wait to see how they come out. So we're letting them rise here. I will preheat the oven after they've risen to some level. Yeah, yep. Oh, I can't wait to eat this bread. I have put everything in the oven. Now we'll just bake it, and I'll show you the results when it comes out of the oven. Let me close that so that the temperatures don't drop. I have removed these 3 which I think are ready, so I will let the others brown to my liking, and then I can remove them. This one actually almost overburnt. I have a problem with the heat distribution in my oven. I feel like parts of the oven are hotter than the others, right? But yeah, the key thing is we have bread. Guys, I am so freaking proud of myself. Look at that loaf. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's hot, it's hot, still very hot. I'm gonna let this cool to room temperature. Ugh, I am so proud of myself, man. Place your order for freshly baked bread. Look at this.